Squares are inscribed in another square by joining the midpoints. So these are all midpoints. As shown, what is the area of the largest square if the area of MNPO is 64 cm squared? Okay, before I solve it, let's look at this plane. So remember, this is the midpoint. So assuming we have this x, this x, this is x root 2, yes, by our 45, this 45 degrees, and isosceles triangle. So this hypotenuse is x root 2. So have you seen that the length here, the total length of this, the secum square is 2x, while this is x root 2. So even if you try inscribing another square, if you inscribe another square, so the length will now be x. Yes, because I told you they differ by root 2. So if you divide this by root 2, you get this. If you now inscribe another one in that, the length will be x over root 2. So that's the logic we are going to use here. So assuming, okay, let's assume, let's Mn be the side of the secum square. That's the longest side here. So you see that term n is always the first one, the smallest one, times the common ratio n minus 1, because I told you this will form a geometric progression. Yes, where r is root 2. So where n is the number of squares involved, So that's how you solve that kind of question. Just know that whenever you inscribe a square in a square, that the ratio of the side is 1:2 root 2. So since we've known that if squares are inscribed as shown, that it will form a geometric progression of common ratio root 2. Yes. So meaning how many squares are here? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And MNPO is the second one. So we're asked to find the area of the largest one. So since we are comparing area, that's this largest square, T5 over T2, we have that is T1 r raised to the power 4. Remember, it will form a geometric progression. Why this is T1r? So we have r raised to the power 3. And we've known that the common ratio is root 2. So whenever you inscribe squares like that, the common ratio is root 2. So root 2 raised to the power 3, which is 2 root 2. So that's it. So we are looking for the area of the largest one. So remember, this is the side. This is the side. So if we solve for side, T5 equals 2 root 2 times T2. And T2 from, they say the area is 64, meaning the side is 8. Yes, because a square, the area is length squared. So times 8. Do you get? I made this the subject of formula. We'll cross multiply. So this is this times this. And T2, the side is 8 because the area is 64. So we'll have that the side length for the largest square is 16 root 2. So our area, therefore the area we are looking for is 16 root 2 all squared. This should be, so this is, that's 21256 times 2. So our answer is 512. So option B. So whenever you inscribe squares, they form like that. They form a geometric, their sides form a geometric progression of a common, the common ratio is root 2. So it's very simple.